What is up, everyone? This is going to be the Mindless Persona Podcast. I'm not fucking up this intro this time because I refuse to let myself do that for the fifth time in a row. But I am with, per usual, Charstarwind. What's up, dude? You see how I turned my podcast voice on from my chill, nonchalant voice? You like that? It's my customer service voice. I am not feeling so hot. I've had a cold for the last few days, so my voice is a little raspier than usual. Plus, I might cough here and there, so I'll mute myself randomly to do that. The last Mindless Persona podcast we did got 57 fucking views. We killed it. That's our best performing one so far for the Summer Game Fest Fallout, essentially. We got 3 likes and 2 dislikes. Yeah, but you know, controversy is king, bro. I wonder why too. Oh, did I say anything horrible in that video? I think I may have said something about the Switch, but that's the only thing I can think about. Because I thought I was pretty positive through most of that. Even the State of Mid one, we got 1 dislike on that one. Okay, that one might have been me. Controversy is content, bro. I'll play the heel. I'm perfectly fine with being the heel. I feel like I tried to be the heel in our Metaverse of Gaming podcast. So you know what? I'm happy with that. I'm oh so happy with that. You guys have been killing it. We've been getting some new subs.
Something.
Okay, yeah. See, I did fuck up the intro. Say hi again.
What do you mean you fucked it up?
Because they couldn't.
Why I
hear
gotta
you.
say hi again?
Your voice has not been captured.
Oh my god.
We're 5 for 5, boys. We are 5 for 5. See, if I wasn't live and someone didn't say anything, I genuinely would have went the whole video like that. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, you guys have been throwing some subs at us, as well as my Resident Evil Outbreak video sitting at 141 views with 8 likes. We're loving that. The Resident Evil Outbreak RE9 Requiem chatter and movement is really going. Outbreak and is getting a lot of traction right now. The servers blew up the last week, which has been awesome for the community. So yeah, let's keep that going. Keep dropping them likes and them dislikes. But let's drop some comments. Talk to us. Let us know what you didn't like, why you disliked the video, why you liked the video. I genuinely want to hear from you guys. But yeah, how's your week been?
Talking to me or the chat?
I'm talking to you.
my week's been pretty good. Pretty damn good.
Just good. Like, what's been good? Like, what's you sound happy.
Not that I met some new cats. Been messing with mine, hitting the gym, playing my Switch, going out, you know, doing my thing, living my little life.
Living your little life, living la vida loca.
No, absolutely not.
That's good. What have you been playing on the Switch? Tell us about the Switch 2. It is now officially a week since launch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's get the week in review. Let's hear about it.
I don't really care for Mario Kart World anymore. It's very bland.
That seems to be the trend.
Granted, yeah, there's just not enough content in the game, and like the game is gorgeous. The music is fantastic, but other than that, I'm just like it's like, man, I don't really care for it. Granted, I didn't get Mario Kart 8 at all. I didn't get it on the Wii U, and I didn't get it on the Switch. So I've played that game
No, you're about to answer my question.
Yeah, I think I've only played Mario Kart 8 a total of like 2, maybe 3 times.
No shot.
So yeah. So because I had played it at a friend's house once, and I was like, oh, like this is pretty fun. But it was like a social setting. Like we were like at a party.
Mhm.
It was like people there playing, like passing remotes when you lose. It felt entertaining. I was like, damn, like maybe I shouldn't have skipped out on Mario Kart 8. And then when they announced World, I was like, oh, now the reason for me to get back into the franchise, because I feel like after Double Dash and Mario Kart Wii,
Mhm.
I didn't really care much anymore. Like I have 7, but that was a 3DS
I was
game,
gonna say, yeah,
so it's
seven's
not
the
really the
3DS
same.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, 7's a 3DS game. And then when 8 came out, I was like, meh. I'd rather play things like Xenoblade
Mhm.
Chronicles on the Wii U. So those just wasn't. Oh, and the two Zeldas. I'm like trying to remember what else I played on that console. But anyway, so I didn't get Mario Kart 8 at all. So I got it for the Switch 2, and then I was like, oh, like this is gonna be fun. I can play with my partner. We did play for a little while, and then after that, I was like, this isn't that great.
Yeah.
It's not even that like hard either, but the whole game is based on like RNG for items. It's a RNG
Well,
item game.
that's Mario Kart 8, genuinely.
Ah, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Mario Kart 8 is 100% RNG. Like it's just hope that you get something good and just throw it out. Hang on to your green shell so in case someone throws a red one, it breaks it. Yeah, Mario Kart 8 is exactly played like that. World looks like literally Mario Kart 8 but prettier. Which Mario Kart 8 is not
Yeah.
a bad
So
looking game.
no, yeah. When I played it the last time, I was like, wow, and that was on base Switch. I was like, wow, this
Yeah.
game looks fantastic. I should have gotten it. Like I understood why so many people had gotten the game,
Yeah.
but now that I have World, I'm like,
I've played a lot of Mario Kart 8 and watching people play World, I'm just like, our 8 looks a little better. I'm not gonna lie. So
yeah. I have no real frame of reference outside of those like 3 times, and I feel like the first time that I played, I was like trying to learn the game, and the second time I was like, okay, like I think I'm getting into the hang of this, and the third time I was like, oh, I should buy this, but now I'm like,
it's crazy because I said you're not the only person that's been saying this online, where like World has just kind of run its course now, and then it's like, well, what do I play now besides my old Switch library? So like I think this is the one detriment of like, oh, this is the only first party title that's coming out. But then I guess Donkey Kong comes out in like a month, so you just kind of have to sit and wait for that.
but this is the exact same thing they did with the first Switch, so like I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but Zelda was like a 100-hour game. You know, there was actual depth in that game.
Yeah, but you were forced to get Zelda. There wasn't even like bundles back then. They came with Zelda. Like you had to like outright buy Zelda.
Yeah, because Mario Kart 8 didn't come with launch with the Switch one.
No, it dropped the holiday season,
Let me see.
and
Yeah,
because that was Zelda and the Switch came out in March, so you didn't get Mario Kart. I think until like November, December.
yeah, which was
So
like,
it was a hot minute.
it seems that's just a trend in general. Yeah, like Super Bomberman, like 1-2 Switch. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've put many hours into 1-2 Switch.
Yeah, 1-2 Switch is fun as shit. I
Yeah,
also got that.
I will say that game. I didn't get it on launch, but that was a good launch game. I just think Zelda Breath of the Wild, as much as I don't like that game, is much more vast than a Mario Kart World.
I feel like it depends who you're asking. I feel like there's people that will get a lot out of the Mario Kart. I just feel like it's not for me,
Mm-hmm.
mainly because of the RNG of the game. Like I've I've done certain races like multiple times in a row, and I've noticed that the computer, like at specific moments, will get specific items and
Mm-hmm.
use them, and then it all depends on like what I can get to try and like deter their options, which is like that doesn't seem very fun, at least not to me.
Okay.
And then the knockout tour is like the same thing where it's like, oh, I'm in first place, so I'm gonna get a coin and I'm gonna get a feather, but the feather doesn't help with the blue shell. So like, do I just wait? And like it's like it it's better to be in like maybe anywhere between second to like fifth place in knockout until the end of the third lap, and then you try and go into first.
Yeah, I've heard you have to tread second place. People were saying I watched one video of a guy online where he was just like, I'm braking every time I'm about to pass the first place player.
Yeah. Also, the wall riding, the grinding, and the jumps and the turbocharge is all slower than just going straight.
Yeah, I've seen that it's just basically obsolete. Like if you want to actually win, you don't do any of that. That's just like pizzazz, essentially.
Yeah, it's like very rare that you would use any of that stuff. Like I've noticed that like maybe every now and again there'll be like a grind that I could use to like jump something to like skip part of the track, and that's the only way that it ever makes sense to do it. But even then, like if you're not like executing it perfectly, there's absolutely no point. And then this is assuming that you don't get into first place, because in the moment you get into first place, they're gonna hit you with a blue shell, and then everyone just rubber bands, and then now you're like stuck in the same. I'm like, what is the point?
Yeah. Well, the Switch 2 is definitely gonna need some time to cook when it comes to its titles. Because even like Donkey Kong is an exclusive, but you can get ZA and
like
Prime 4 on Switch 1.
Yeah.
So it's just really Donkey Kong at this point, that if you're thinking solely Switch 2, which is what happened, I mean, with current gen, you only had so many exclusive PS5 Series X games that you could say are good. I mean, what did we get? We got Demon Souls. That
Yeah, it was
failed
Demon
Little Big
Souls.
Planet game, the Sackboy game.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else I can think of until later on.
Astrobot, but
Yeah,
that came with the
came-
console.
Well, that was like the free actual how you should market a test demo, a tech demo. But yeah, I don't think there was anything else until, because not even Horizon Forbidden West was exclusive. God of War wasn't exclusive. Yeah, not even
Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah,
That was later.
I remember when they put Ratchet and Clank on
Returnal.
PC, and that shit broke PCs, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Returnal has definitely grown on people as time went on.
I think people just weren't expecting the roguelike with graphics like that. I think it threw a lot of people off.
Mm-hmm. Also, the $70 price point was new for a lot of people at the time.
That's also true.
Like that was a hard pill to swallow, which doesn't feel like that long ago.
No.
Did you hear that Sony's looking at the PS6 now?
Yes.
God, fucking awful.
Which is kind of ridiculous.
It's so stupid. There's.
I feel like this generation hasn't even like really kicked off.
Literally, and I mean, if you think about it, has been 5 years. The PS4 was what, 7 years?
Yeah, but I feel like there was like definitely like moments in the P4's lifespan where I was like, oh shit, like this is a new game, like they're doing something new. But meanwhile, like this generation, like they still dropping P4 games. But so like, what is really happening with the hardware?
But how new can you get? You know, like the PS5 felt proper to the PS4, where it was like, okay, this is the next step. Now we can get close to 4K resolutions with 60 FPS. Like this is the next step. But like, where do you go after that? Like, what is the next step that will revolutionize the console that a PS5 Pro can't do?
I feel like you're talking more like graphics and stuff. Like I just want better mechanics. Like I want games to be more innovative. Like that's all I'm asking for. Like I don't care about resolution or none of that bullshit. Like I want games to be able to do something that like I feel like wasn't possible before. They're like just give me something new. Like stop worrying about the resolution.
So what is
Like
that?
I don't need fancy. Like what do you mean?
So like, what is that? Like, what is like? Because we already have seamless transitions, fast loading times.
Not for everything. Not for everything.
Well, I wouldn't say for third party games. I would say maybe for like PS5 exclusive, Xbox Series X exclusives. Yeah. I mean, even the Switch 2, for God's sakes, loads pretty fast.
Somewhat.
It's not as fast
I
as
don't know.
a PS5, but it looks faster than a Switch 1.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. It blows the Switch one out of the water. Like all the that's another thing that's like pretty interesting that Nintendo like I don't know why they didn't talk about the backwards compatibility like at all. It's exactly what I said it would do, and it makes everything run like natively better. Like everything is better on this. It's so ridiculous.
So like, for example, I don't even think Nintendo has like they're trying the mouse thing is what the next revolution that they're trying, but they've just entered the 4K demographic, right? So like, the only other thing they're innovating in, like I said, is the mouse thing. So like, where do you see the technology going? Like if you could pinpoint something that will make you want to buy a PS6, what is that feature slash quality of life improvement? Exactly.
Okay. No. So I feel like you're speaking from like a hardware standpoint. I don't care about the hardware. Like I'm asking for something software based. I want the games to be different. Not like I couldn't give a fuck about the hardware.
But
That's what I'm trying to say.
the hardware is what allows the game to be different. No, like
Yes, but if you're saying that we're reaching a point where like the hardware is like there's diminishing returns for the hardware, right? So now there has to be innovation software. That's what I'm trying to say. That the games have to start doing something different.
but what can the games do different on a PS6 that will differ from a P5?
No. But that's what I'm saying. That the P5 should have done something different. That there was no all the PS5 games don't seem that different from P4 games. Like they're just running faster. Sure. Ooh, wow. Like I want the developers to do something different with their games.
I think
That's what I'm saying.
Unfortunately, the games that did try something like that are the ones that didn't do well in the beginning of its lifespan, which was Ratchet and Clank and Returnal.
But Returnal's not really that different from like a regular roguelike. It's just a roguelike with better graphics. Which is again like that's not really solving the problem.
But it takes advantage of the hardware to kind of like to load you in super fast.
I think what you're trying to
the
say.
next to the next world. It's constantly moving. There's no loading time. You know, it took advantage of the PS5.
But then if you look at something like Hades, which looks worse subjectively,
So yeah,
it looks worse.
I wouldn't say it looks worse.
It looks worse subjectively. And it has some loading screens. That game did much better than Returnal. There's even a second one coming out.
Well, Hades,
that people are very excited for.
Hades had a story that people liked, and the characters that people liked,
and the gameplay. The gameplay is the majority of it.
Yeah, the gameplay loop seems, I guess, is addicting. I've never played Hades, but to people like that's addicting gameplay. That's addicting gameplay loop. I would say something like Alan Wake really took advantage of next gen. Like there's parts where you're walking through.
Wasn't Alan Wake developed for PCs as well?
Yeah, but there are moments where you're walking through an area and it's loading in another area of the game with the one you're already in. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's loading in two areas at the same time. So I think that feels a little innovative compared to last
But that's
year.
the same thing that RE Engine does.
Yes, but RE Engine also loads bit by bit. So like the RPD station, for example.
It doesn't do that anymore. That's what I was telling you before. That's the issue with Dragon's Dogma.
So Dragon's Dogma loads up the entire world at the same time.
Yeah. And the NPCs and everything.
That's crazy.
That's why it's so laggy. Yeah.
Monster Hunter doesn't do that, does it?
I think it does. So that's what everyone is saying is the main issue right now with the RE engine. Like for the Resident Evil games, it works because the maps are so much smaller and there's less NPCs in general. So like when you expand it into something like Monster Hunter and Dragon's Dogma that have the constant NPCs walking around and like the pawn system, it starts to tax the CPU. And that's what makes it lag.
I gotta play.
It's just too much happening at once.
I gotta go back to that game.
Because if I'm not mistaken, even on P5, it's a little laggy.
Oh yeah, Dragon's Dogma was pretty laggy.
Like there's some stutters.
I haven't tested it on the Pro yet. I don't know what it looks like on the Pro, but on base P5, yeah, it was laggy as fuck.
But that's why, because everything is happening at the exact same time.
I was under the assumption that like those hallways that you went through in Monster Hunter were them loading the next world.
Oh, I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, the long pathways.
Yeah, when you would go to the next world, it's like a nice long pathway, and like the lighting would change. I was under the assumption that that's the game loading the next world. So,
but even then, that's another game that has minimal NPCs. Like there's,
It also has bad frame rate.
Yeah,
on base hardware.
There's like maybe like 10, 15 NPCs in all of the villages. And there's like only like 5 of them.
I guess this
then in the Grand Hub, there's like maybe another 20.
I guess this is why they're marketing Requiem as like we have done it. This is the next generation of the RE engine. Like we have completed something. This is innovative. This is great. This is big. You know. But it's overall just to kind of move now to that kind of like, so we've gotten a lot of Requiem news, but we've gotten a lot of Capcom news in general. But we also gotten, the last time we spoke, there was no Xbox game showcase.
Yes.
What else happened this week? That the Requiem stuff dropped. They talked about Pragmata a little bit. Currently CEO is happening for the Capcom Pro Tour. We might get a Sagat trailer tomorrow, so that'll be nice. And I don't know if there's anything else happening in the world of media besides that. I don't see anything else. Just was the PS6 shit that came out yesterday, which is still so ridiculous to me. I can't see myself wanting to buy a PlayStation 6.
No.
I don't think there's anything that they can sell me on to buy that console that my PS5 doesn't already do for me. That console has to be like $800.
And they're still making P4 games. So there's absolutely no way that any new game that they make isn't also going to be running on P5. So it's like, why buy a P6 if I could just buy a P5 game?
Black Ops 7 is on the P4.
Yeah.
Which was what closed the fucking Xbox showcase.
It's on the Xbox One too, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm.
It's on both, yeah. It's on, what is that? That's Gen 8? Gen 8 and 9.
Nasty work indeed. What are your takeaways from the Xbox show?
I actually really liked it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
There was Ninja Gaiden.
Oh god, Ninja Gaiden looks sick, bro.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that.
Yeah. It's
Clockwork Revolution was the random game that I didn't really know anything about. That I was like, oh, I'd play the shit out of this. At Fate's End was amazing. I really want to get into. P4 obviously. Uh,
oh,
Mudang, I was like, I'll try it. I'll try it. Chronos was fucking
yo,
fantastic.
Chronos looks so good, man. Well, Bloober's making moves right now. Like Silent Hill 2 remake came out last year. They're dropping Chronos this year, and then most likely next year will be Silent Hill 1 remake, which was also got announced, which is pretty huge. They're also most likely dropping DLC in October for Silent Hill 2. There was a leak that they're releasing the Maria DLC. So because October 8th the game drops on Xbox, so it's no longer a PlayStation exclusive. And then I think they said they're dropping it with the DLC. But
okay.
yeah, Chronos looks really good. Like if you're a survival horror fan, you're eating so fucking good right now. Genuinely. This really is the time. That Clockwork game, yeah, it looked really good. I was like in and out of the showcase because the fucking Spectrum guy was here fixing the internet while I'm watching this shit. Right after P4 was first of all, this P4 trailer feels like that they're nowhere near ready to show much.
No. Yeah, they're not anywhere.
Yeah, because P3 showed so much. And this just was a little trailer. So I don't know.
Yeah, I was a little sad about the P4 because they made it seem like the P4 development was so far along. At least that's the way the internet was making it seem. Like, oh, it's happening. It's been in development for God knows how long. We're gonna get the announcement soon, just to be like, oh, teaser trailer. I was like, man, fuck you.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this to me?
Which they put out a press release after saying that they're working hard on it and they're also working on the next. P6. Yeah. So, I mean, big things going on over there. They're also remastering a fuck ton of games. On top of.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for Rito. Rito's in a couple days, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it is. And then obviously Metaphor dropped last year, so like
yes,
they're still dropping shit. Like it's not like Atlas isn't working on things.
I feel like there's another Atlas game coming out.
I'm not too sure of that. They also dropped SMT5 last year, no?
Oh yeah, Vengeance. Yes.
Vengeance dropped last year. I remember because I got it on sale for $25 on the P5. Oh, and Reload came out last year. Duh.
Reload was the beginning of last year.
Yeah, Reload was February. They dropped SMT5 and then they dropped Metaphor at the end of the year. Which Metaphor almost won Game of the Year.
It did.
I swear to God, it won every Game of the Year but the actual like show.
Invincible got announced.
Invincible looks jank, but I love it.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited.
Even though it's probably gonna be like 8 Superman clones.
I mean, that's what they got in the game.
Yeah,
I mean, in the series.
Yeah. So I mean,
actually, I don't know because they can take some like random characters and throw them in because that's why we have Bulletproof.
Yeah, and Rex.
I mean, but obviously Rex is gonna be it, and they use half of the Guardians. Some of them have like weird power. Like they put like Monster Girl or the chick who shrinks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Ray, right? That's her name.
Adam Eve.
No, Ray, the one that Rex dates right before.
Oh, Duplicate?
No, the one who shrinks. She's like the Atom.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I don't know her name. Doesn't Rex fuck Duplicate? Yeah, he does. But she was
shrinking Ray. That's her name.
Yeah, they got her.
Shrinking Ray.
I want Conquest's level 3 to be Trauma Dump. I want him to get you down and get right in your ear, take it to your grave.
That's probably gonna be his win quote. Like after he kills you, he'll step over you and be like, "I'm a victim of my own success."
Oh man, yeah, that game looks fire. I'm not gonna lie, and it's funny because people were like, "Yo, it looks like Power Rangers, the Power Rangers 3v3 game," but like that game was lit.
Yeah, that game was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, I don't know about anybody else, but that game was fun as fuck. And Ryu and Chun-Li were in that game, so.
Yo, if they drop Cecil, I'd play Cecil.
Cecil with what's his name? What's his name? It would be like they could be like a dual character. Oh my god.
He's gonna be a minion character. He'll summon the little robots, the one that Sinclair makes.
Cool, yeah.
It'll be like command grabs, or like Jacko from Strive. How her little robots do different things. Like you could do that, and then he could probably teleport.
Be like a commando when he sends out the
the
commandos. Be just like that, yeah.
That'd be so dope.
I'd play that. I played the shit out of that.
Donald.
Yeah, Donald. There you go. That's his name. Yeah, I would definitely play the shit out of that. I'm trying.
And then his level 3 would be putting you in the white room.
Yes, and then they all jump you with all the different androids. Oh man,
it'd be so cool.
And it's being helmed by the KI devs, so like they clearly know how to make a fun game. KI was so good. I'm excited for that.
And then they also announced Beast of Reincarnation, the standout of this Xbox showcase.
Oh, is that the Game Freak game?
That is the Game Freak game.
Yo, that game lit the internet on fire. It's so crazy. It's wild. Remember, you used to be like, it's not Nintendo, it's Game Freak, it's Game Freak. Now everybody's online going, it's the Pokemon Company. It's not Nintendo or Game Freak. It's the Pokemon Company. And I'm just like, nah, bro. There's only so many excuses you can make. But the problem is that people online think that this is how we want Pokemon to look. And like, no, we don't want Pokemon to look like that. The issue is that you have the resources to make Pokemon feel vast, to feel large. You can do a stylized game that's beautiful. That's literally all we're asking for. I don't need my character.
What I'm asking for is a stable fucking game.
Oh, true.
That's what the fuck I'm asking for. Yeah, if they would have gave me Scarlet and Violet looking the way that it did, but it just ran, I think I would have been like slightly better about it, because I don't want no choppy shit. I don't need nobody T-posing in no fucking classroom. I don't need Pokemon crashing my game, all right?
Yeah, the T-posing in the classroom kills me every time. Oh my god.
Just run. Just have the game run. Let it be fucking optimized.
The thing is that they'd be like, oh, this is a forest, and it'll be like 2 leaves, like 3 trees, and some like grass Pokemon. You just walk through the little dirt pavement thing, road, and they'd be like, oh, this is such a big vast forest.
Like the terrain is just very flat.
Genuinely flat. And it's wild because I remember playing like Diamond and Pearl back on my Nintendo DS, and that did a better job of immersing me in a forest than anything that comes out now. And those graphics, if you want to compare it, are shit. Like, if that's what you want to compare, but like genuinely, Jet 4 looks good. Yeah. But even when you would go in a cave, I felt like I was in a fucking cave. The game made me feel like I was claustrophobic and I needed to use flash to see around me, That's all I want to feel. I just want to feel like I'm in a world with love.
It's that feeling, though, that I feel like is holding the games back. Because it feels like they're trying to maintain that same level of like immersion with updated graphics, which like you can't do.
Yeah.
The games need to evolve.
Yeah, they do.
Because if you look at a lot of like the sprite works and stuff, like the terrain is flat. but they do more with less, which is the difference. Now that Game Freak has better technology, I don't think they really know how to like use the same templates for towns that they did in like the older games and apply that to like 3D worlds. I think it's I don't want to say it's too complicated for them because obviously with like Beast of Reincarnation, like they know what it is they're doing. So like I don't know who is like the game's got to look like this. It has to look like this. Make it look like that. Keep it the same.
Yeah, because the Switch hardware could run something like that new game. So like the Switch 2 hardware is able to run something like a Cyberpunk. So you can't tell me it's the Switch hardware that's holding it back because ZA still looks like that. But Switch 2 hardware is more powerful. So you can't tell me now it's the Switch hardware, right? So like you said, it's either Nintendo or could be the Pokemon company. It's just like you said, it has to look like this, you know?
I mean, I could kind of understand if it was the Pokemon company because at the end of the day, I think they make the designs for the Pokemon. So it's like if you were to make 150 new Pokemon and be like, this is like the world that this Pokemon lives in, then like Game Freak is kind of like shit out of luck, and they're like, all right, I guess we have to make a flat volcano so that we could put the bubbly flame magma Pokemon there. Like I don't know.
The only
Because
world
what sells is
No, go ahead.
the only world what?
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say because I'm pretty sure that what sells the most from Pokemon is merch. So like I don't know if like because of that they have majority say for most things.
I mean, the games sell as well. Like, let's not.
But merch is the highest
But yeah, I agree.
form of income.
Especially in Japan.
Well, no, even here, like do you know how many people have like all 1,000 plush? And then there's the standing ones, there's the sitting ones, there's the ones with clothes. Then there was didn't they do like holiday Pikachus?
Yeah, but in Japan, it's much easier to get your hands on that shit.
Like, no. You could walk into a store and buy all this shit, but you could definitely get it here. The problem is that you have to like go online, and I feel like not a lot of people know about that. You have to like walk into your like video game store, like merch store, like your box lunches, your Game Stops, your fucking your Five Belows, or like a Nintendo store if you're lucky, or like the Hot Topics and things like that.
Yeah. Yo, Box Lunch be having the Marvel merch. I know Disney makes a lot of money with Box Lunch. But I don't know who does it, but that game looks gorgeous. That game looks really fucking good. Will I play it? Probably not, but I don't know about you. Are you interested in playing it?
It's gonna be on Game Pass.
Yeah, oh yeah, there you go. You have the access to it, so you can definitely go for it.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna play it.
But yeah, I mean, it looks decent. It looks fun.
You know what this looks like? This looks like that Square Enix game. What was it? Forsaken? Is that what that game was called?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. With the
she had like the plants that she grew.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she's from New York.
She was like a homeless chick from New York. And she gets sucked into whatever world the game takes place in.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Is it called Forsaken?
It's Forspoken. Yeah. For some reason, it reminded me of Scalebound. That canceled Xbox game that never came out.
With Platinum?
With fake Dante, yeah. That's what it made. That's what it looked like. Speaking of Dante, did you hear DMC5 has sold 10 million copies?
Yes, I did.
And Adi is taking all the credit for it?
Oh my god.
Which apparently Capcom said that the anime gave the push to hit 10 mil. So
I mean, so he's not wrong.
So he's not wrong, but people he's being a dick about it online, and I'm sure he's doing that for obvious reasons. But yeah, people were upset online that he's taking credit for it. But he's not wrong. Capcom also.
Okay, the movement in this Forspoken game doesn't look that bad.
No, it's a very pretty game. It's just bland as hell. There's like no substance.
My God. Yeah, this doesn't look anything like Beast of Reincarnation. This looks crazy.
Yeah, the game is wild. I've seen gameplay.
Why didn't I get this game?
He said, "Why didn't I get this game?" Because it's a combination of that and Life is Strange.
I think that's what it was. I think there was like dialogue that I heard, and I was like, I don't want to listen to this.
Yeah, the dialogue is very bad. It is extremely cringe.
Okay, yeah, just go back to what you were saying. I'm about to X this tab out.
Street Fighter 6 hit 5 million copies sold as well. Capcom been dropping the numbers. Capcom's been on a roll recently. But yeah, they dropped 5 million copies on Street Fighter 6, which outsold base Street Fighter 4 in a shorter lifespan, I believe is what I read. I still think Super has more, but Super's was around for a lot longer. So Street Fighter 6 making good numbers. I'm sure the Switch 2 copies helped push that number.
I can't believe people are paying so much for that shit.
For what?
Street Fighter.
What, paying $60 for a
2.
Switch 2 console? $60, and then you got to buy the $40 amiibo if you want. Yeah, that's a dub. That's a dub. I'm sure it'll be on sale in like a year.
Speaking of Capcom, did you see that everyone's going back to Monster Hunter World?
I thought that was already happening.
Yeah, the player count right now for Monster Hunter World is higher than Wild.
Yeah, people love World, man. World is a very popular game. Which I'm sure Capcom's not complaining. Like, they're not mad about that. But
hell no.
No, man. Capcom is doing so well. They just hired like a bunch of new people, I think, is what I read.
That's good.
Wait.
This can't be right. The Lost Planet franchise has sold 7 million copies. That's more than Okami.
So last month, before we get into that, Capcom announces more expansion plans with a new development hub to be built in Osaka and adding 100 new employees a year.
Wow.
Yo, Capcom is making money, bro. There's first of all, obviously Street Fighter 6 is doing really well. That's making a fuck ton of money. Just based off of the little season pass and avatar skins that they're doing, not just the fighters pass or anything like that. Now with the Switch 2 sales, they're gonna fucking be booming because people are gonna want to play a fighting game on the casualty. Like, oh, I remember Street Fighter from like 1999. Resident Evil obviously is profitable as fuck. Requiem has been blowing up the fucking internet. They're gonna have to remaster Outbreak at this point. Fun fucking fact. The video that I watched on Monday to download Outbreak on my PC got copyright flagged. And it's the same video you sent me on Discord like 2 years ago.
Oh shit.
So that video's been up for years and now you copyright flag it?
No.
Something sketchy. And I didn't want to believe it. I'm not throwing gas on the fire because I still think this is impossible. But that Outbreak remaster / remake looking kind of real, which Outbreak 3 was a thing on that NVIDIA leak a while back. Remember that NVIDIA leak like 3-4 years ago?
Yeah, that was also the same one that said Final Fantasy 9 was coming out, and
everything on everything on that Square Enix list has come out. Tactics was one of them. Besides FF9 remake.
Everything. Yeah, I would say that hasn't come out.
That's the only one that was in the Square Enix list that did not come out, because Kingdom Hearts 4 was real. Tactics Remake was real. There was another game on there. There's like 5 games on there that all have come out besides FF9. And for the Capcom one, everything else was also true. There's like maybe 2 or 3 games that didn't come out. Outbreak 3 was one of those. So, I don't know, man. I don't know if there's any possibility. It's now. But obviously DMC series is doing really well. Monster Hunter is still doing really well, despite people falling off on Wilds. That game's still sold. Onimusha's coming out. Okami 2 is coming out. What happened?
I said, oh shit, yeah. It was the Chrono Cross Remaster, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, Final Fantasy 9 Remake, Tactics Remaster, Kingdom Hearts 4, Deal Field Chronicle, Tactic Ogre Remaster, Tomb Raider 25th, and then Voice of Cards, Forsaken Maiden. Those have all come out besides FF9. 9.
Yep. Which FF9 is only a matter of time. Yes, sir. Everything has come out, but FF9, that leak has had a lot of things correct on it. And if that's to be true, Outbreak 3 was on that leak. Now, that Outbreak 3 also could have been a placeholder. You know, these titles could be just that. But, yeah.
Wait, the one that I'm looking at here says that Capcom only has Dragon Dogma 2, Monster Hunter 6, Resident Evil 4 Remake, and the Street Fighter 6.
Really?
Yeah, the thing that I'm looking at, that's what it says here.
Let me see. Jesus, 18.
Yeah, because then for Sony it says
18K plus fucking games on this thing. Holy shit. How could you find that many fucking games? Here we go. Resident Evil Outbreak listed under GeForce Now. Leak. A man by the name of Igor July covered a list of potential games and applications that may or may not be getting PC release in the future. Among many anticipated titles, Resident Evil Outbreak was listed. The entire list of applications without Steam can be found here. Oh no, that page doesn't even exist anymore. They took that shit down.
Yeah, I don't see anything for Capcom with Outbreak.
Well, this was September 15, 2001.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at too.
Yeah. Let's revisit the infamous 2021 NVIDIA GeForce leak. Ultima Alliance 3 was stuck on Switch. Yeah, that was also leaked, I think, for a while to like be ported. They never ported that game.
And Justice 3 also has not come out.
Well, that's only a matter of time at this point as well. We know that game to be real at this point. Especially, they're probably fast tracking it now because they're fucking... I don't know, the list here I have is Resident Evil Outbreak here on it.
Interesting, because I've looked at 2 different lists and neither of them had Outbreak on it.
Did I just read... Oh, I thought I read Silent Hill 2 Remake. I was about to be like, no shot did they predict this years ago, and we just didn't know. Shin Megami Tensei 5 was on here.
Yeah.
Diablo 4 was here. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Alan Wake Remastered was here. Yeah. Either way, what were you saying?
I don't even remember.
Well, what I'm trying to say is that they took that video down, and it's a little crazy that video's been up for so fucking long, and now they take it down. But at the end of the day, we got Okami 2, we got Onimusha, we got Resident Evil 9, we have new Monster Hunter DLC coming out most likely next year. Street Fighter 6 Season 3 is currently in progress. I feel like I'm forgetting one more game. Pragmata. Pragmata comes out next year.
Yes.
So Capcom making moves. Capcom making moves. And don't forget, that Dino Crisis was still the number one game that people wanted to be remastered on that poll.
Was it number one?
Yeah, it was the number one. Let's see. What was it? 2024 it came out, right? The Capcom 2024. You were here to say something.
Looking at this list, though, it's so crazy. Yeah, I can't believe that Lost Planet has sold 7 mil.
Yeah. It really did.
That's crazy.
It really was fucking.
Because then that's more than Okami. And so, like, Lost Planet has 3 games, Okami has 2, but those games have been, well, the first one has been over like multiple platforms, and it's only at like 5. That's with me rounding up.
This is a very.
It's crazy to think that Ace Attorney has so many games and they're only at 13 mil.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Ace Attorney games.
And they drop a lot of remasters for that shit. You can play every single Ace Attorney that's ever existed now on the PS5, I think.
And the Switch, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's all consoles.
Because they've just re-released the DS ones and they re-released the Japanese only ones. So this Capcom
The Miles ones were...
The Miles ones are DS games. Like 3DS games, I think. I think they're handheld games. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, because I could have sworn that there were other. All of them are handheld games.
Yeah, I think they're yeah, but like a few Ace Attorneys were on the Wii, weren't they?
But those are ports, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, are they just ports too?
Yeah, they've been porting them for a while. Because there's the 3 Ace Attorney games, the 2 Miles games, the 2 whatever the fuck his name is, and I think there's another guy.
Yeah, I don't. Those games, they sell well enough, I think, for what they expect out of it.
Yeah, I mean they're just they're like visual novels, so like they're not hard to develop, so it's probably easy for them. Just keep dropping them.
So, I haven't taken a look at this Capcom thing in a while since it first dropped. 254,000 people took this poll. All over the world, with I think 71,000 in the United States, 52,000 in Japan. Those are the 2 biggest demographics. Capcom games do you like the best? Number 1 is Devil May Cry 5. Which is so interesting to me. Yeah, like this is so interesting to me that Devil May Cry 5 just hit 10 mil.
Show me that link.
Copies, and is considered the number 1 game in this poll. Number 2 is Resident Evil 4. And then number 3 is Dino Crisis.
Wow.
Yeah. So like, and then if you look at the rest of the top 10, you got Devil May Cry 3, which makes sense. Monster Hunter World, Iceborne, Resident Evil 2 Remake, Okami, Resident Evil 4, Monster Hunter World Base, and Breath of the Fire 3.
Oh, crazy.
Very interesting list, right? Like, I feel like 250,000 people is a good, what is it called? Like a good
control group.
Yes, a good control group to look at. And then if you separate it by Japan and the rest of the world, Japan voted Okami the number 1, and the world voted Devil May Cry 5, with Dino Crisis being number 2, which in Japan, Dino Crisis didn't even chart. But then if you look at Japan, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney is the number 1-2 game, and Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations is the number 3 game. The Great Ace Attorney 2 is number 6. So like Ace Attorney clearly a favorite, and Great Ace Attorney didn't even chart in the world.
But then they also have Breath of Fire and Mega Man.
Yeah.
Like, am I just that demographic?
But Mega Man X,
want the game that they have.
Mega Man X is number 10 in the world.
That makes sense.
But it's like Dino Crisis is such a loved series for the rest of the world, clearly. But even then, it's got 8,000 votes.
So here's my thing, right? I don't know if people are saying that to get
Dino Crisis Remastered.
Dino Crisis. Yes,
you're not wrong, because this also says a lot. Like, I also believe that RE4 Remake is better than the original. I can stand behind this sentiment.
Yeah, but according to a lot of people, it's Remake is better than original.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Oh, you like Remake better than original?
I think Remake is superior, far superior to the original. Yeah. I do not think that 2 Remake is better than original. It's very interesting.
Yeah, 2 Remake. I mean, 2 OG's not even here. I mean, Code Veronica's here, which kind of makes sense.
So weird though. Like Code Veronica. Code Veronica over OG and Resident Evil 1 Remake.
A lot of people like Code Veronica, man.
There's one reason why Code Veronica has not been remade, and it's the cross-dressing topic in that game. That's why I believe that Code Veronica has not been remade. I don't think they know how to tackle Alfred dressing up like his sister. Also, Steve is very transphobic in that game. I think they cut the line out, but he calls Alfred a cross-dressing freak. That's not funny, but still. Yeah, so like there's a lot of controversy in this game that I think that they're afraid to touch. I don't think they know how to go about it yet. And also the game is amazing. Resident Evil Code Veronica is an amazing game. Despite its outdated some of its outdated content. I don't think there's anything wrong with Alfred believing that he's his sister. He's not really cross-dressing. He actually believes that he is Alexia. So like, that's just a part of the story, and I think they can keep that in the story. There's just certain lines said by certain characters that I think that should not be revisited.
Hold on. Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter Iceborne are 2 separate things on this list.
Yes. They're 2 separate games.
What the fuck? Iceborne is just fucking DLC for World.
Yo, Iceborne? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I muted myself because I had to cough and I didn't know. Okay. Iceborne was a $40 expansion, bro.
Yeah, but you can't play it without the base game.
You're right. But yeah,
it's just a DLC.
I guess people think Iceborne is big enough to be considered its own thing. Monster Hunter Freedom Unite.
I mean, that's Capcom that did this.
Yeah, they put it in 2 separate categories.
That's fucking crazy.
I like this male versus female one. Females love Okami, apparently.
Yeah.
And males love Devil May Cry 5. You think this list influenced Okami too?
I could definitely see that. They probably hit him up like, hey, yo, bro, everyone's asking for it. Everyone. Make another one. And another.
Yeah, Capcom's doing that a lot. They did it with the guy.
It seems like everyone.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, say what you're saying.
Oh, no, I was just saying Capcom's doing that a lot where they're bringing back the old devs on things. The devs that like succeeded in certain things. So like they brought back the guy who did Devil May Cry 3 to do Devil May Cry 5. They brought him back to do Dragon's Dogma 2 since he did the first one. They're bringing back Kamiya to do Okami. They brought back the guy who did Resident Evil 7 and 2 remake to do 9. So like, I think they're trying to go with what sticks, what they know sticks.
The Devil May Cry 3 guy, hasn't he been doing this since 2?
He did 2, yeah. And then he realized he fucked up in 2. But he took over 2 like halfway through its development cycle. Where they had to like kind of scrap it.
Yeah.
And then he had to redo it. And he had no prior experience on the Devil May Cry series. And then so I think they were looking for another person to do 3, and he was like, I want to do 3. Like I want another shot at this. Like I want to prove that I can make a good game. And so, like, he took over 3, and then obviously 3 is considered the best in the series.
And then he did 4 and 5.
Yeah, and then he did 4 and 5.
But he didn't do DMC.
No, so they outsourced DMC because he did Dragon's Dogma after 4, and then they outsourced it, and then they realized that the only way they could bring the series back was if they got him to do it again. They weren't going to get Hideki Kamiya to do it because at that time that was kind of impossible. But then he left Platinum, so it's prime for him to come back.
Okami.
Yeah, now he can do Okami, which he also did Resident Evil 2 or OG.
Yes.
So like he's got good DMC1.
Well, he worked on it, yeah.
Yeah, so like he directed it. Because Shinji Mikami didn't direct it. Shinji Mikami only directed the first one, and he helped produce 2 and 3, but then he directed 4. But yeah, also the only reason 4 remake is as successful as it is because they brought back Shinji Mikami to help them give notes on that game, and because of him, they didn't cut any content. That's why I think this game is successful. That's my dumb fanboy brain. This is my favorite one right here. 30 to 40s, Dino Crisis. 50 to 60s, Dino Crisis.
Yeah, the 50 to 60 demographic has a lot of Resident Evil on there, too.
Am I old?
Like, a lot.
How many Resident Evils
you
are
have
on?
The soul of an old man.
Yeah, I like old shit, bro. I like old shit. Yeah, Resident Evil 2 is on the 30s to 40s.
Oh no, there's only fucking Mega Man X, man. I'm tired of fucking Mega Man X.
Yeah, Mega Man X is the only one that made that list, and it's only in the 30 to 40s.
I love Capcom. I've really gained an appreciation of a lot of the IPs, even if I haven't played all of them. I want Mega Man X9 so badly. DMC rocks, and a new Versus game would be so exciting to look forward to. Jesus Christ.
As a kid in the 90s, I saw the Capcom emblem as a sign of a great game. I would try a game not knowing anything about it just because it had the Capcom emblem. Dino Crisis was my favorite game ever on PlayStation. I spent my money on reboots or complete reworks of any of these fantastic games. Thank you. Sounds like my comment.
Oh wait, look, this is crazy though. So the top favorite Capcom series for the world and Japan in the second slot is Mega Man. But yet no one's claiming Mega Man as their favorite game. So everyone's like, I love Mega Man.
So Japan and the world clearly speak with their money as well, because what are the 2 number 1 selling Capcom franchises? Monster Hunter and Resident Evil. Yeah. So like this makes sense. This is completely accurate. Resident Evil was really this popular. Like I always felt like I was a niche fan.
No.
I always felt like when I would tell people that my favorite video game and series is Resident Evil, they'd look at me like I was weird. Maybe I just knew too many people that played Call of Duty and GTA.
100%.
Yeah, Mega Man number 2, Devil May Cry number 3, and then Ace Attorney number 3. I'm telling you, this is why they remaster all these fucking Ace Attorney games. And I love them. Don't get me wrong, I love these games. These are good games. So I'm not complaining. Resident Evil's the top 4 though in Japan.
I mean, I'm over here talking shit as if yeah.
Oh yeah,
Breath of Fire 2 is right there, number 6, and then number 8. Where's my Breath of Fire?
Yeah, where is Breath of Fire at this point?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm talking shit as if fucking Breath of Fire 4 wasn't just released on GOG.
They do that. And they just dropped Dino Crisis on GOG, didn't they?
Yeah.
They dropped it on GOG and PlayStation Plus. Or PlayStation Classics as well. They dropped Dino Crisis. They're gauging.
And then look at this. X is the third highest, and then 5th is 0, and then 7 is Mega Man.
Wait.
Oh, and
before we go to that, number 9 on the world is versus Capcom, the Versus series.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Which is this is probably why they were like, look, the only thing we can fucking give you right now is these collections. Okay, Marvel don't want to work with us.
Yeah.
They're like, we'll get you the Capcom collections.
They always are.
Yeah, we'll get you the SNK collection, and then shut the fuck up. But
yo, Dante is all over this list. Holy shit.
Dante do be popular, my guy. Dante is extremely popular, and so is Leon. Leon is extremely popular.
What? Why haven't we got another DMC? It's been like what, like 6-7 years?
Yeah, it is about time we get another DMC. Maybe they're waiting for the anime to come out, to really kick in, get season 2 going, get people talking, and then they'll be like, "Here's DMC 6."
Yo, people love Dante.
Yeah, I love Dante. I love how Dante is number 1 in the world and number 1 in Japan.
Yeah.
And they're like fucking Phoenix Wright.
He's all over this.
Phoenix Wright is it? Oh, he is on the American list. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's 4. I mean, I kind of feel like because of like the objection meme, that's why he's everywhere.
I think Marvel 3 helped him a lot.
Yeah.
And Virgil, like obviously, like
Miles is on here too.
Japan don't like Virgil.
What are you talking about? He's number 7. Oh yeah, you're right. Because in the world, he's number 3.
Yeah, he's number 4 with the world, but he's not on the Japan one.
No, Virgil's number 3 on the world, and then 7 on Japan.
What list are you looking at?
Top 10 most popular male characters.
Oh, I'm talking about overall. The one above
Which
it.
one are you looking at? Oh, he's 4. Okay, I see. Your top 10. Yeah. This is a mix of male and female.
Regina, number 8, though?
Yeah. So, top 10 most popular female characters. Regina's actually 2nd.
Wait, hold on. I gotta scroll down. Okay, yeah. In the world, yeah. Jill, number 1? I'm kind of surprised on that one. I'm kind of surprised.
What are you talking about? The other list that you were looking at, she's the first female that pops up.
No, but I'm in general,
both,
I'm surprised.
Male and female.
I'm surprised she's that popular out of all of the women. I would have definitely guessed Chun-Li on both lists. Chun-Li ain't even Japanese, bro.
Yeah, Chun-Li.
Japan just love Chun-Li, but like she's not even Japanese. So.
Oh my god. That was a very odd comment.
I'm just saying, like she's
what a thing to say.
Oh. Like Maya's Japanese.
I'm glad Cammy's on this list. Sakura.
Cammy's on both lists, yeah. Sakura's popular.
Yeah.
Like 100%. This is why I'm shocked we haven't gotten Sakura yet in Street Fighter 6.
Wait, how is this Maya girl more popular than Sakura in both lists? Like even in America, like who not America, in the world, like who in the world is picking Maya over Sakura?
People like Maya. She
but
cute.
Over Sakura?
I wouldn't put her over Sakura. I don't even think she'd be on my list, but Man. I would say Claire is probably my favorite. Judy, I expect it to be higher because people fucking love Judy. People love the feet queen.
Cammy and Chun-Li are definitely higher than Judy.
I think because you're including like a bunch of age demographics, yeah, Chun-Li and Cammy are definitely more popular. But like if we're polling like 20 to 30, I think Judy would have been top. That bitch is everywhere. Everywhere. What do you look for in Capcom games? Exhilarating gameplay.
I mean, they do be having that good gameplay loop.
Unique and attractive characters.
Yeah, I was gonna avoid that one.
And then unpredictable and exciting storylines, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. This is coming from the Capcom dick sucker number one. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Capcom stories are ass. Straight up.
Yeah.
These stories are god awful. I've never played a Capcom game which like this is top tier storytelling. I don't think I've ever played a Capcom game that genuinely moved me with its story.
It's the gameplay that grabs you.
Yeah, it's 100%. It's gameplay.
So it's the gameplay, man. They be having that gameplay and the music. The music be popping.
I agree. And the creative spirit. Yes, I agree with that. Capcom's very creative. Like its characters, its design, like the cool shit that you can do, the world you explore are just so good, and it takes away from like the lackluster stories. Resident Evil, I can't name one Resident Evil with a good story. Genuinely, probably 4. 4 is like the best story it gets.
Oh,
what?
Are there any Capcom game series that you would like to see get a new sequel? Like to see get a sequel or a new game? Dino Crisis is 1. Mega Man is 2. Devil May Cry is 3.
Okay,
let's fucking go.
This is the whole reason we're on this list is because I mentioned that Dino Crisis was at the top of this list. Yeah. Yes, Dino Crisis being number 1 is actually insane to me. And there you go. You get your Mega Man. You rock, man.
Onimusha on here too. It's number 9, so that's good. So
I'm hoping
we get another 4. Breath of Fire because that's also. Yeah, I mean, people wanted 9.
Yeah, but like, we know they always gotta make Resident Evil games. Like, come on, guys. Yeah,
that's like Monster Hunter on here.
Yeah, like
he's on here too.
Monster Hunter ain't even on here though. Like, you know,
Darkstalkers. Yo, I hate people be asking for Darkstalker games, but then when the fucking Darkstalker games come out, no one wants to fucking buy them.
Shit, yep.
You fucking bitches.
Yep. That was the
how
one
many people
thing
bought
that
fucking
fought for, bro. Collection? Ono fought for that shit. He really did. And no one helped the brother out. Not Japan putting Monster Hunter in number 2. Y'all got problems. Don't I got enough Monster Hunter?
Yeah, it says awaiting a sequel. Monster Hunter on there. Ace Attorney, Monster Hunter, Mega Man. Where are the priorities?
Literally, bro. Literally. That shouldn't even been on the list.
I mean, they like they Monster Hunter.
The 50 to 60s people want Darkstalkers, bro. They want Darkstalkers.
They know, bro.
30 to 40s want Dino Crisis.
Everyone wants Mega Man too.
Yeah, people want Mega Man.
Give me Mega Man.
Mega Man would sell like hotcakes. Completely remade with the latest technology, including character design and story direction. Not in here. I wonder what game that was. Japan putting Rival Schools in number 2. Onimusha. Maybe this influenced Onimusha.
Yeah, because we got. I just realized though that they're completely ignoring the 4th one.
Yeah, it only says Onimusha 1, 2, and 3. Well, that 4th
it's like Dawn of Souls doesn't matter.
That game's ass, isn't it?
Dawn of Souls?
Yeah, I've only played the first two.
I would say that the third one is the worst one.
I've never played the
I
third.
actually really enjoy the fourth one.
Is the fourth one with the blonde
It's
guy?
because it has a different character. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It has Soma. That's why they're not acknowledging it. Well, no, because the second one, it doesn't matter. But then the guy from the first one shows up in 4. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I'm getting a new one. That's all I care about.
Yeah, brand new Onimusha, boy. Which
They're also
Capcom
not
game?
talking about Breath of Fire 4 or 5.
Well, it's on GOG. I feel like they're, like you said, they throwing it on GOG. They're testing the waters. They threw Dino Crisis on there. They're testing the waters. Where's Haunting Ground? Give me Haunting Ground and Clock Tower 3. Thank you.
Never gonna happen.
And what is the one I'm waiting for? Rule of Rose, which is not a Capcom game, but give me Rule of Rose back, please, and thank you. Resident Evil 4. Which Capcom games have influenced you the most? Resident Evil 4, Devil May Cry 3, and Resident Evil. Dino Crisis being in the top 9.
I think people really just want another Dino Crisis, so they were just putting it in everything.
I think that's what I did. Not even. I think I just threw a bunch of Dino Crisis and a bunch of Marvel vs. Capcom stuff.
Tainting the waters.
Yes, sir.
This fucking guy.
Gotta get what we want. We gotta fight for what we want. Gotta be loud, proud.
Not there being 30,000 people being like, we don't want nothing new. Just keep doing what you're doing.
wait, which one is that?
A complaint you would like to share with Capcom.
Reboot previous IPs.
No complaints. Yeah. I like how this whole survey is basically like, oh, like what games do you want to come back? And motherfuckers is like, the complaint is that you're not rebooting anything. Like the whole point of this is so we can reboot stuff.
Slow release of new numbered titles. Not a good communicator. Question 10. We welcome all your support for Capcom. Yes. Thank you. I remember I got a nice little wallpaper for doing this.
So did I. I got a Mega Man one.
I think I got a Joe Valentine one. Well, that was a nice journey down memory lane of the last year. This has definitely influenced Capcom like crazy. I can see a lot of the influences on their decisions for the last year. Yeah, that's dope. I guess to kind of cap this off, what did you think about that Resident Evil 9 news?
I'm waiting.
You're not getting excited?
I need to see more. No, because I don't know what they're gonna do. So I just want to see where the series is actually gonna go.
Well, Gamescom in August most likely is where they're gonna reveal the gameplay finally for the first time. But people have seen gameplay. Maximilian in particular is who I watched talk about it. They didn't get to play it though. Oh no, they did. They did get to play it. They watched a gameplay video and then they got to play it. And then at the end of the gameplay, they showed that you can switch between first and third person whenever you want, but the game recommends to you which one you should be playing. That leads me to believe that anything with Grace is going to be recommended first person. Anything with Leon, who's the rumored second person to be playable, will be third person recommended. So there was said, hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. After Hard Night's trailer, I'm scared Resident Evil is falling back into its bad habits. There was something I read about, like, there's going to be immersed characters that you can immerse yourself in. And the game takes place in 2 different areas, which I think there's the hotel, which is what they mentioned in the trailer, is where they send Grace to find out about the death of her mother. And then obviously Raccoon City is the second place. Yeah, this is about the... New reports comes from Aesthetic Gamer, a prominent Capcom insider. Does not have bulletproof track record when it comes to leaks. They have proven reliable enough times, especially when it comes to Capcom, to earn the trust of many. According to the insider, there are 2 protagonists of Resident Evil Requiem. The other is Leon, poster boy of the series. Obviously, if this is true, this is a huge secret being held as a surprise by Capcom. I think the stuff in the hotel is going to be with Grace, and then the stuff in Raccoon City is going to be with Leon. I think they're going to send Leon back to Raccoon City. So they revealed like a synopsis for the story. That's what I'm looking for. That's what it was. RE9 synopsis. Feature a new protagonist, FBI technical analyst Grace Ashcroft, investigating a series of strange deaths at the hotel where her mother died. The game will have a dual perspective camera, allowing players to switch between first person and third person views. It will also feature a chaser enemy, similar to Mr. X. The story will delve into the past of Raccoon City and Grace's connection to it. FBI technical analyst. The game will be set in Raccoon City after the events of Resident Evil 3.
It was just a mix of all the games.
Yeah, the game will explore Grace's past, her connection to Raccoon City, and uncover truth about the city's buried horrors. So they were saying that that I don't know if it was Umbrella specifically, but they were investigating. They never finished setting foot in Raccoon City. Like, they were still there investigating in Raccoon City. Now, I just replayed through Resident Evil Outbreak 1 and 2 again. At the end of those games, they show scientists in Raccoon City talking about how there's still remnants of something here and blah, 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 blah. And that's back in 1998 that those games take place. So at the end of Outbreak, Alyssa takes the daylight serum, which gives her immunity to the T virus. So I think they're doing the whole, like, was it in Resident, like Jake? You remember how, like, Jake is the son of Wesker, so he's immune to shit. And like how Sherry's immune now because she took the G virus vaccine, and then obviously Jill has the vaccine in her, so she's immune to that kind of shit. So I think that they're doing like Grace is now immune from her mother who took the daylight serum in Outbreak, and then those people that they were investigating in Outbreak, they're the reason why we're going back to Raccoon City, because they're doing something there that's shady and whatever. And that's what they mean by Grace is revisiting her past, because her mother being that past. So they're reconnecting Alyssa through that. Which is another thing that leads me to believe that somehow in some capacity, they're going to bring Outbreak back. So I don't know if that'll be in the form of a remaster before February, or if that'll be... it has to be a remaster. I doubt they're remaking it. Or if they're going to do some type of like... I don't know, like story shit. Like, they have to give us background to Alyssa, and the game has to provide that. It's like I'm not sure how they're gonna go about it or what they're gonna do, but it would be nice in August if they're like, hey, here's gameplay for RE9, but here's also a nice little remaster you can sink your teeth in to get used to like learn the lore. The thing is that those games are dated as fuck. That's the only thing. So like, I don't understand how they would ever bring that back. But yeah, Yeah, I mean, they were talking about how
I mean, if they were to do a single player campaigns or like local multiplayer, I feel like that'd be the easiest way for them to go about it.
well, there is single player, like you can play alone with bots. So like, I guess they could do that, but they would have to. I mean, refining the online, I think, is obvious what they would do. But yeah, I'm excited for that.
But why would they pay for the servers?
I don't know. They wasted money on the fucking RE-verse bullshit and the Resistance.
And look how long that lasted.
I mean, no one wanted that. No one asked for that.
But still, it went down.
Well, yeah, because literally no one wanted that. Every time they were about to announce a new Resident Evil Online game, everyone online was like, "Where's Outbreak? Hashtag Outbreak. Hashtag Outbreak Remastered. Blah blah blah." And then they would be like, "Here's Resistance." It's like, no, we want Outbreak. And they're like, "Oh, here's Reverse." No, we fucking want Outbreak. So like, that's why no one played those games. Nobody wanted those games.
Same way no one plays Exo Primal.
Literally. Because we want Dino Crisis. We don't want that bullshit.
Exactly.
We saw dinosaurs in that trailer and I lit the fuck up. And you gave us a fake ass Regina with her fake ass red hair. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. They would be assholes.
Isn't there there's like a metal Ryu in that game too, isn't there? He's like a robot or something.
Yeah. So like they're giving us shit and they're giving us what we want by not giving us what we want.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm excited. I just every time there's news coming out for this game, I'm just like, oh, this sounds better. This sounds amazing. This sounds great. So I'm expecting a fully, not massive, but like open world ish Raccoon City that you can explore. With that more condensed hotel section, which will be traditional Resident Evil. So and they're bringing back zombies. We love zombies.
Zombie.
Everyone thinks that the new monster from the ceiling is Lisa Trevor. I don't know about all that, but we'll see when that comes to fruition. But yeah. Any closing statements? Wesker. You wish. Any closing statements before we go?
Crawler, Wesker. Bring back Mega Man.
Man said bring back Mega Man. You know what? I'm gonna title the video "Bring Back Mega Man."
Mega Man.
It's gonna be Capcom. Please bring back Mega Man.
Mega Man. Super fighting robot.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in today. Thanks for stopping by. Please keep showing us some love. You guys have been showing us a lot of love, even with the dislikes. We appreciate the love
and engagement.
Exactly. Engagement is engagement at the end of the day. So keep dropping them likes, keep dropping them dislikes, tell us why you don't dislike it. Tell us why you dislike it. Just subscribe if you want more of this. It was a slower news week, but we still got some good stuff to talk about. Next week, I'm not sure if we're gonna have an episode. We're gonna try to record something, but it is my daughter's birthday, so I'll probably not be around for next week, but we'll recap up for the week after. But in that meantime, I have a bunch of Resident Evil Outbreak videos that are already uploaded, ready to go on the channel, which you guys are showing a lot of love to those videos, which I really appreciate. Maybe I'll try to get Starwind to download the emulator so he could play with me. Yes. I got Bugs to download it. We played the other day. So that's good. Yeah. So maybe we could get a trio squad in here, play some Resident Evil Outbreak, record it, post it up. We shall see. Charstarwind, any plans for your channel?
Not at the moment, no.
I'll be plugging your channel on all the videos.
My 5 minutes in there.
So just watch that Devil May Cry playthrough on repeat.
Tell me to come back.
Yes.
Tell me to come back.
Hashtag Starwind come back. Hashtag Mega Man come back. Those are the two assignments that you guys got for the next week.
Maybe I should play through Mega Man. Maybe that's what I should do.
Play some fucking Mega Man. Yes. On the Switch. 2. I'm sure you have Mega Man on the Switch.
I think I think I have most of the collections on
Yeah.
there.
Not only are you getting Switch 2 content, you're getting Mega Man content on top of that. I still got some.
Actually, wait, no, the Mega Man games don't work on the Switch too.
No way, really?
Yeah, that was some of the games that they had listed that don't work because the Mega Man collections they were like some of the first emulated games that were like sold publicly. And I think the emulator that they're using, I don't think it's supported by like the weird emulator that the Switch uses because it's like an emulator on an emulator.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, so never mind. Still play some Mega Man. Maybe not on the Switch 2. Get some Mega Man.
I mean, I could play like the Zero games.
Do that then. Get some
play the
traction.
Zero.
Make some moves. Make some vidges. Make some vidges. I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to say. I didn't get around to saying it. Oh well, just stay tuned to the channel. Show us some love some more. See you guys on the next one. Peace out.